Hi everyone, it's Kristi. Let's take apart this little golden book. Um, there's two staples in here, and they're really heavy duty. There's one here. I think there's just two. Um, and so what I usually do is I'll open it to the back of the book, use my bone folder, and kind of get in there. You can do this with a screwdriver too. Just kind of wiggle it a little bit. And you can see I've gone through here on this side. Just kind of loosen those staples up a little bit, and it'll come free. You can. I have ripped the covers off. Most of the time it comes out okay, but every once in a while it tears in deeper than you'd like. So you can, once you get it loosened, you can just pull that. Now see, I want to loosen this one just a little bit more because I don't want it to tear the back cover. And I also kind of want to get through that piece of tape. There we go. Okay, so we will be cutting off this piece. So you can see that the wiggling of the staples kind of makes them stand up so that you can get everything off. So now you should be able to remove the signatures. There's two signatures. And turn it around this way. I apologize for the lighting. The sun disappeared. I came in here because it was sunshiny. I need to wiggle in between here a little bit. Just there's not any glue necessarily, but you know, it's in there good on that staple. So just use your bone folder. Like I said, I've used a screwdriver, and just carefully lift those off. There's this back signature, and I hope I'm staying in screen here. In my square. It's easier when you can do it up against you. Again, I'm going to use the little bone folder, and all I do is put it in there and twist it, and it's popping that right out. Okay, better than me pulling on it and tearing the pages. So there we go. Okay, so I have got these two signatures. I want to keep all the pages in order, and so what I will do is go through and number these 1 through 24, and then I'll erase it when I'm finished. I'm not going to do that right now, but you can figure that out. If you don't number them, you chance not putting them in the correct order, and I like to have them in an order. I know some people make them and they don't keep them in order, or they'll glue one page down and flip it out or whatever. I want the whole story to be intact. So anyway, I'm going to fold this down just a little bit so it doesn't necessarily bite me. But I'm going to cut, where's my blade? There it is. I'm going to cut carefully along this line here, just slowly. There's a gap in between there and I'm going up against the book side. So hopefully I'll get a straight line there. Okay, and that should measure 6. It does. Okay, so this trash, unless you want to use it in a cluster or something, which I don't. Okay, I'm going to do the same thing over here. You can see the fold. What allows it to fold is the gap. So I'm going right up against the book board on this side and just going slowly. If I get in a hurry, I might cut the board. And just like that, we're done. Okay, so that wasn't too hard. Yeah, so we've got our front and back covers. They should be well, pretty much the same size. Looks like they're off maybe a 1/16 of an inch, but I'm not going to worry about that. I do have a 1.5 inch spine, which I'm going to set right here. It measures, I did not measure this way. I laid my chipboard on the book and just used that as a measurement. Okay, so I'm going to lay this right here, and it's helpful to have one of these mats with a grid. I'm going to lay it right here in the middle, and then I'll be able to butt this. I don't quite want that whole 1/4 of an inch, but I'm going to go about halfway over that way. Maybe an 1/8 of an inch gap, like that. And that's how we're going to wrap our spine. So I have this piece. Let me see how big this is. I think it's 18 inches that I've done. That's the extra piece. Where's the... Oh, I pulled out the... I have a stack over here of extra stuff. Pulled out the wrong one. This one measures 18 inches. And that comes out just about right. So I'm not too worried about the wrinkles. I'm going to put this aside for a second, because I'm going to start with this piece. So I'm going to lay this down. This is the torn edge. This is the selvage. So I'm going to put the selvage edge on the bottom. It doesn't really matter, except that I want this piece on top, and that's the way I usually will fold it. So I'm just going to lay this here on my mat, centering it. And then I'm going to go ahead and add glue to this piece. And I am putting glue on the sides, top and bottom, and then a line down the middle, just so I don't have to sew through a bunch of glue. Like that. Hopefully you can see that. And then I'm going to center this piece onto the fabric. Hopefully that looks good. It's about 1 inch on the right or left extra. Okay, now this is going to go on the cover, so we want to make sure we have our covers on correctly. The back cover is going to go here, the front cover is going to go here, because we're going to overlap these on the inside of the book. Okay, now I have a spacer somewhere. Where'd it go? This spacer is about 1/8 of an inch. So I'm going to apply glue here, and I'll use the spacer and then be able to put the book down, and that'll give me my space. Using this. This is 2 pieces of the chipboard. So the chipboard's actually about a 1/16 of an inch thick. So let's do that. I'm only going to come in about 1/2 inch, because I can add more if I need to. I'm going to kind of lay that down so it doesn't seep through so much, although with this pattern it probably wouldn't be that noticeable. But I'm going to put that right in the middle, line this up top and bottom. Yeah, it's stuck down really quickly. Oh, my hands are not steady today. There we go. I think that's going to have to do. And because this piece isn't quite long enough, you just need to excuse me, check it top and bottom, make sure it's pretty even. Yeah, see, I can get that right through. All right, so let's do the next one. Same way. I'm just gonna spread that out with the tip, and then I'll pull all that extra goobery stuff off. Again with the spacer. There we go. Okay. This one seems a little bit bigger on the back side than the front side. I'm not sure why. I might have some paper underneath this. So I'm going to come up to, let's see, looks like there. I'm going to do the same line down the middle and then do about a 1/2 inch here. Well, I can see where the fabric is on this side, so it's a little easier. I'm going to bring that up. Carefully smooth that down. Need a little bit more glue here. Didn't go up quite enough. There we go. All right, now we're going to glue this top piece. And down. Make it line up with the bottom piece. And I do have some overage. Probably could get by with 17-inch piece. So, but I'm gonna trim that. Actually, I'm gonna glue it down first. I'm gluing about an inch overlap. And then, can you see all my strings everywhere? And then I'll just trim this off a little bit. There we go. Okay. So now the important thing about this is that you want to let this dry while it's laying flat. Otherwise, it has a tendency to crack on the edges. Now I am going to come back in here now on this side because this didn't go all the way over, and I'm just going to kind of do some little swirly things here to get that to lay down. Same thing on this side. Yeah, good. Kind of thought that wrinkle would come out. That was in there good. I probably should have ironed this, but that's okay because we're going to put other stuff on here, and probably when I fold it, it will, yeah, that's not going to show. Okay, great. So now we have our cover. That's going to be so cute, guys. And there's our spine. I did a pretty good job lining it up. I'm impressed with myself. Okay, so there's our cover. That's how you take apart a little golden book and make a cover out of it. Not too difficult. I'm going to go ahead and get all my papers cut out to 7 3/4 by 11, I think is what I have. Or let's see. Is it? Yeah. Because the book is 6, so 5 1/2 is 11. So I'm going to cut everything down to 7 3/4 by 11 so that it fits inside the cover. And I am not going to cut these down. We will be folding a piece here like this so that the pages stay intact, and not together, but you know, separately, and then adding tip-in pockets. A tip-in is something that you add to a signature that is not part of the signature. So by folding this back, we'll make a little tab that we'll be able to attach things to. And so because there are three, let's see, there's 3 pages in each signature, usually. 1, 2, 3, yeah. There's 3 pages in each signature, and so we will be adding 3 and 3, 6 tip-in pockets to this book. So I'm going to get everything cut down, folded, and then we'll be back. The first thing we'll do is put our signatures in order and do the tip-in pockets, and we'll go from there. So I hope you guys are playing along. These are always fun. See you next time. Thanks for watching.